So you want to clone yourself. We live in an age where that is a reality and not a fairy tale. With this technology, you can be at different places at the same time. However, you need $1.7 million before you can start avoiding your responsibilities. What's that? You have $1.7 million? Congratulations! You've taken the first step to start cloning yourself. Before you spend your money, you should know what you're getting yourself into. This video will give you the knowledge you need to know about what human cloning is and the benefits and setbacks to it before you solidify your decision. Human cloning is as simple as walking into a pod and stepping out with a clone right next to you. There are 3 different types of human cloning: gene cloning, reproductive cloning, and therapeutic cloning. Reproductive cloning is the process that is first thought of when you hear human cloning. It is essentially asexual reproduction in humans. It works by taking a female egg cell, replacing the nucleus of it with the nucleus of a somatic cell of the person being cloned. A somatic cell is any cell in the body that is not a reproductive cell. Once the nucleus is replaced in the egg cell is stimulated chemically or by electrical pulse to begin cell division and an embryo begins to form. If done successfully, the newly cloned human and the donor will have identical genetic makeup. Therapeutic cloning is the same process, except the embryo is destroyed and the stem cells are harvested for medical research. Lastly, gene cloning is used to gain information about a gene or to manipulate a specific gene. Cloning has many incredible applications that can help us understand the human body. Cloning can cure many incurable diseases. For example, it can cure diabetes because it yields stem cells, which are unspecialized cells that can produce insulin. These cells will not be rejected by the body because the cells are unique to the person that cloned them. It could also save endangered species from dying off and resurrect extinct species. The first animal that was cloned was named Dolly the sheep, who was cloned in 1996. It lived on for 6 years and was able to reproduce. If cloning is done properly, we can potentially save many species of animals. However, human cloning is unbelievably difficult because remember, it is the transfer of a somatic cell's nucleus into an egg. The DNA could denature while being transferred, or the process can fail altogether, or the organism can be born with birth defects. Remember our old friend Dolly the sheep? Cloning it failed almost 300 times and took 3 years. Let's assume that it was successful and a cloned baby is born. If you didn't like it, you can just go on and make another one until it's perfect the way you want it to be. At this point, what is the value of a life if you have the option to replace it? Clones can be exploited by criminals for unethical business practices like slavery because their lives aren't as valued. What? You're sleeping? Were you listening when I told you all the bad things about cloning? Typical. Look, let me summarize then. Don't waste your money on it. It's a high risk of failure, and even if you do succeed, your clone will be born with birth defects. You shouldn't encourage scientists to learn more about human cloning because all they'll do is exploit it to make money off of it rather than aid the advancement of society. History repeats itself and we're prone to repeat it with clones. We'll consider them inferior to humans, like when European explorers enslaved Africans in the 1600s. You're not even listening. I'm tired of you. Finally. What's this? My device is malfunctioning. I need to stop this before it's too late.